Okay. Think we're all set. Howdy, guys in the chat. How we doing? Skibidi or treat time. Yeah. All right. Uh-huh. What are you thinking, chat? Something like this? This looks good. Right? Yeah, something I think like this'll do. As good as I think we're gonna get it. What's the agenda today? Shadow Tree. It's all about the shadow. There we go. Good to hear that things are looking nice. As long as the stream is functional, you know? Still not entirely sure what the drapes are. Get a shot of them here, though, just for the record. Yeah, they don't really move or anything. Maybe if we get closer to the tree, like a shadow view or something, I'll get something better. Would you need pictures of the avatar? I might, so we might have to switch over to another character and try to do that. But I think I might have to, like, do stuff with the parish and stuff on that character, so, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, like something like this, I'd want to actually be like, you know, at Shadow View, Shadow Bays, all that jazz. This to highlight the thorns. Yeah, because this is the main trunk, right? Then it's got the secondary trunk coming out from here, and it wraps around to act as like a little support pillar, right? Stretches out there, kind of has this little like branch thing go around to hold it. I think there's an interview where he talks about what they represent. Well, I'm not interested in their representation, in their, like, you know, their symbolism. I'm interested in, like, what they actually are, but I'm sure that might help in advancing that mystery, sorry, not mystery, you know, that discovery, so. Can't hurt. Functional Loki stream is the least of these. Yes, it's more important that I get these goddamn screenshots, to be honest. TBH. There we go. Does anyone know off the top of their heads any locations with the shadow sunflowers? I'd like to get some shots of those, and I thought I had them, but I only have them from the front. Huh. So if anyone knows where patches of those things go. Yeah, I have a shot like this. Tree kind of hovers over the water like a swamp tree. Yeah, in some ways, right? I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure there's no ground to that water, so it's kind of is just floating there. Ugh! I don't want to be doing this, chat. I want to be doing anything but this, but we gotta get this done, or else it'll never get done. Brown! Brown! And more brown! Let's get up here. Maybe I'll find him if I look. No, it has to be gravesite, right? Like... DLC map with camera tools is so pretty. Camera tools make everything look pretty. Probably meant to look like Baldur's. Yeah, I can imagine that to some degree, but like, again, what is it? Is it like a manifestation of the shadow power for the keeping hidden? Is it like something America, you know, slapped on top of with some magic stuff to get the shadow realm in there, right? Like, what's the natural, right? Because it's harder to tell because but like if you do like a 24-hour like slow motion, like kind of like we just keep the thing here and sit, right? You can notice it here, right? There's like this swirling dark vortex, right? So, like, that is a thing. Yeah, doggo, I know. I understand. Okay, yeah, that is supposed to be like a cut. Okay. 1 second. Floating water. Yeah, essentially, right? That's basically the Meta boss fight too, though, right? God, I don't know where these goddamn sunflowers are. Again, if any of you guys know, please drop it in chat for me. It'll save me so much trouble. Until then... Oh. Yeah, this is good. Oh, 1 second. 1 second, chat. He needs something. Alright, dog. You're making this difficult for me, so get over here. Here, Rusty. Here. Down. Good. Alright. Problem solved, chat. Ay. Also, the ceiling tree is identical to the half of the tree that's like, yeah, oh, that's neat. Let's see, on the cliff edge of the Avatar's Arena, on the edge of the Interlights, well, yes, there, but, like, I was hoping for, like, the random patches, I should clarify. Obviously, I know where, like, those, like, major spots are. Oh, boy. There we go. Something like this seems fair, right? Yeah, something like this seems fair. Perfect. There was something here I also wanted to get. Oh yeah, it was just I wanted to get a look at this grass, but with the Scadu tree in view. Alright, we do this. Alright, probably best we're gonna get it. Oh, I wouldn't know that. Damn it! I'm screwed! We gotta go searching! No! Okay, let's get the shadow sunflowers here then, so we at least have that. Worst case scenario, I have that. Yes, lift your leg, dog. Lift your leg like the little whore you are. He just loves getting pet, chat. Something like that. Is it? Yeah, okay. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to having things so bright in like the lands between, but like it feels so much darker here for some reason. All right. Let's lock that in place and let me try to play with. Yeah, this is honestly the best we're getting. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. What's JP for Shadow Sunflower Blossom say about the Shadow Tree's trunk twisting? Ian says gentle, but the tree is clearly not gentle with itself. They're rather tender for the Ian. Tender? I do not recall this, but I have this thing actually right here, so let me go quickly grab it for you. This is, you're talking about the weapon, right? I don't see... I don't see anything that says tender, so if I had to guess, probably the localization, just sort of adding that in. Probably because it does talk about how it's supporting it, right? So it wants to, I guess, because it doesn't, I guess they don't want to give the impression that it's, like, constricting the tree. They want to give it this idea of, like, oh, you see, it's there to be, you know, as a support. But that's the only thing I could think of, right? I don't have the English in front of me, so I'm gonna just assume that's it. But yeah, I don't see anything that I would translate as tender or gentle or anything of that nature. Again, if we're talking about the weapon, as I recall, I believe that that's what the quote unquote blossom is, right? Not the regular material, right? Yeah, the weapon from the remembrance. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Something like this would do. There we go. I don't like that shot particularly. Maybe, yeah, this one would be better. Yeah. Yeah, I like a shot like this infinitely better. All right. Uh, Something like this, right? Yeah, this will do. When Gwyn as a tourist visited Shadowland to take rest from his hard work as Lord of Light, he actually forgot one of his Lord vessels. Yes, he did. America was giving him the tour, and, you know, while they were just, you know, sitting down, gazing together at the beautiful shadow like lovers, and then Gwyn said, you know what, this thing kind of scares me, and he left. He was in such a hurry, he just dropped one of the Lord vessels right then and there. Truly sad. No, Night Scout, it's not constricting it. Night Scout, I love whenever I say things to you and then you just decide you're just gonna disagree anyway. Despite just patently being told what you asked. Truly. Let's see now. Let's go Shadow Base. The sap is coming out because there's a giant crack down the central point. That's the giant line we see. That's also reflected, as we can see in the avatar. You know, they talk about the entire, how it literally shattered from within. The entire point is that because it leans, the other trunk is there to support it, to keep it standing up. Ay. God, we still have the ugly fog. What do we do then? This crab looks so much closer than I remember it being. We're discussing marriage plans with Mikola and Gwendolyn. God, that'd be a pairing, huh? I'm kind of scared to imagine how that would turn out. Not crazy in thinking that, do I? Look at the huge shadow fragments. Oh boy. Where's... Okay, can we get... God, it gets worse. Oh, it gets worse! I hate this. Oh, this crap looks crappy. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Da-da-da. Let's see. I'm trying to find, like, this magic little pixel that I might have where I'm like, okay, the lighting looks good enough. But no, it's all crap. I'll be honest, this might be the best we got. This legit might be the best we got. I hate to say that, but... It's so garbage. This shot looks kind of garbo, too, so... Let's go. Yeah, that's the best. Oh, damn it. Oh, well, it's not like it has to be, like... It's a glowing tree, so... It's not like it's the worst thing in the world if it's a little bit dark around it. Tree looks how the tree looks. The winding trunk's weight is in the direct opposite. What are you talking about? Let's go. Here's the main trunk. It goes straight in one direction by itself. There's nothing else doing so. Here is the secondary trunk. It comes up. It winds around this way. Holds it up down this way, right? And then it has this one little branch that wraps around, kind of hooking it in there to make sure it stands up. And you got this other one here doing the same thing. That's not constricting it. The weight, like, what the frick is the weight? It's literally starting to come from that direction. Then goes around there, and then returns back to that direction. You crazy! Alrighty. Now, let's see. I have, like, some shots of these things, but I think I could do better, probably. Yeah. Something like this will be fine. There we go. It's just that the couple could adopt Mesmer as the tree. Oh, God. This reminds... Oh. A little bit of grass here at the edge. That's cool. I find the whole, like, you know, like, America and Gwyn would be besties thing to be the most funniest thing to think about. Not because I think it would actually happen, you know? But just because the idea that you have, like, these two characters, like, two, you know, like, ambitious, you know, monarch characters. Kind of, like, you know, just having, like, I don't know, like a bonding day, like a bonding moment on their day out together for whatever reason. I don't know, I just find that so hilarious. Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah. Maybe I can get away. You know what? I can actually get away with this, so. Let's do this. The winding trunk grows over the straight trunk in a way that won't help it ever right itself. It's not trying to right itself. It's trying to support it so it stays up. Like, Night Scout, do you not realize that when you say these types of things, it's you sort of adding things that are not there in the text or necessarily implied. And you could come up with your scenario where you're like, no, this would be the better way to handle it. Well, congrats. I'm glad that you thought of a better way to handle it on what the Shadow Tree's deciding to do. It's leaning, another trunk comes up to give that trunk some support. That's it. There's no need to overthink it, my man. I'm honestly surprised there's not a lever here. I forgot all the thorns in the mud. Ouch. I mean, okay. I was hoping we could go back up here, just... Pilot. Okay, yeah, we're going up. Just to be sure. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to just be, like, the gold stuff, right? But when it, like, I don't know, like, swells or something, it becomes, like, the shadow? Because it's falling from here and stuff, and dripping onto this. Oh, yeah. Honestly, we're not getting anything better than when I was at a distance as far as the close-up on this is concerned. I'm not getting what I wanted. I guess I can try to highlight how it's tinged with shadow. I don't know. I feel like the tinge with shadow part isn't as obvious when you get it do a close up. Oh, actually, maybe here this is a good. Yeah, this is a good example, I think. Yeah, this will work. It's more gold when the avatar's light. Okay, that makes sense. Let's. In case I need more shots at the roots, because I already have one, but it's like that one in the back corner, and I don't think it's particularly. Nope. Alright, let's see if I can get better lighting here. If it's supporting the tree, why grow in a way that prevents it from ever getting supported back upright? Well, why would it need to? I mean, clearly, if it just needs the thing for support, why do you need to make it upright? Right? Like, it's there, it's up. It's still functioning. It's doing the job. Why do we need to have it being perfectly upright? Again, why are you trying to impose that on the tree? Those are the fallen fragments. Oh, you think those aren't even roots? They're just fragments there? Ah, okay, so these are why you were saying giant fragments earlier. I thought you were talking about the thorn things earlier. Okay. Alright. This is gonna probably be the best we get then. In that case, might have to do some rewritings then if that's the case. Anything else to... So... No, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. They are probably shadow tree fragments then. Because they had that long in that curve, right? That could just be sort of the tree acting on its own, right? You know, pieces of it falling apart. Yeah, they look like the item icon. Yeah, you're right, you're right. It makes sense, right? Because originally I was thinking, okay, well, since it seems to be mostly just the outer ones here, maybe it's the, you know, it's dripping some of that stuff on top of them, and that's why it's flowing. But if the idea is, like, just because it exploded and stuff, right? And then, like, these are, like, the parts that were, like, the most inside of it originally, and these are the parts that were more outside of it, that would make sense, too. Alright, so I can rewrite that section, then, to account for that. Back upright would be healthier. Says you, Night Scout. I don't think the Shadow Tree cares. Do I want these birds here? They're okay, fine. Who cares, right? Oh, yeah. Woo! Gonna rush over here, then. Get the horns, Yeah, if these aren't roots, then I can also remove. I can also probably remove this, and yeah, I'm gonna have to rearrange some stuff there. All right, so all we need now is, let me look at what we got again, just to make sure I'm not going crazy. We have it spilling. We got the cut thing. We got the shadow sunflowers. We got the. Oh, we got the brown foliage and stuff. We got the gold inside the rocks. We got the pond with the golden fireflies, which, as far as I'm aware, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that's the only pond with golden fireflies over in the hinterland, right? On Shadowview. Pretty sure that's the only one we have in the realm of Shadow. Rise of Graveyard, da-da-da. Yeah, some of this stuff would just probably be like, hey, let's get shots of the avatar. As I said, we could probably do better there. The ocean. The swirl. The bones of the fallen, we've covered. No, I'm gonna hate myself for this one. But we're gonna try to get more shots of the hinterland bones over here. Only one, yes. Ugh, God, fuck. Alright, so if that's the only one, then the only thing to focus on is getting these bones. Ah, yeah, I'm tired of these goddamn bones on this hill. Oh no, damn, I took the wrong turn again. So angry, I'm distracted. Alright. What do we got here? Anything good. Please, for the love of all that is holy, give me a good shot. God, I can't even find this stupid thing again! Ah! Okay, so I know two of them are, like, in this area, right? They're, like, somewhere in this, like, open patch where there's not much grass. God. There we go, there's one. Okay. Okay. No! You don't show the Damn it! This would be so perfect! Please, I beg you! Turn this stupid object around like 180 degrees! Ah! Okay, what about over here? Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Oh. Where's the other one? Nope, that's the same one. I'm not crazy. It's somewhere close to this one. Relatively. God, I'm gonna hate if it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it hasn't actually spawned. No, it has to be spawned in. Oh, wait. Alright, so there's one. This is the one in the middle of it. Yeah, we're not gonna get a good shot there, I don't think, but we'll try. God, I hate these bones so much. Huh? Nani? Can't, like, where the hell is this thing? Was I not just standing there to loot it? God. You did pick up a bone shard, so there'll be one less skeleton. Wait, did I? When did this happen? I thought the bone shards regenerate. Ah, there it is. There's our bone. Right here. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. God, alright, enough bitching. Try to make it work, Loki. Noob. Yep, I am 100% a camera noob. Oh, it's so shit. Alright, I think that's the best we're gonna get. Do I like it? No, I think it's still kind of crappy, but it'll do. Ah! Gross! I hate it. You picked up one to look at his color without the glow? Damn it, it doesn't respawn? I did not realize that. Well, shit. Shit. Alright. Alright, so there... I think there's some over here somewhere. I think they're shadow sunflowers. They're places. God, this is gonna give me a migraine. Having to find these things. I hate it. I did all this for goddamn golden sunflowers, and now I gotta do it again for the shadow ones. Well, I knew it. I was like, okay, they gotta be somewhere around here. Look at that. Nah, that's better. Alright, let's see if we can play it with the lighting here. The answer is going to be obviously no, because... Ah, wait! Actually... Wait a minute! What's that? The weather's cooperating. Oh god, no. I did not mean to open that. There we go. I did not mean to open that a second time. There we go. Alright. Alright, so at the very least, I have one shot. Probably could use more, but at least I've got the one. Oh, I have to find more. Please murder me in my sleep. Oh, I can't take it. I have to search every square inch of this place just to get a few lousy shots. No, I don't care for this one. Normal roots? Ew. Not here. Alright, so I don't think there's any in this corner. They're not just on Scadu Altus, though, right? Like, they are on Gravesite, I think. So, ow, my god. Stupid bird! Giving me a jump scare. Ugh. I don't remember seeing any over here. I kind of want to just do this and rush over, but I don't know how effective that is, because it could be that they don't load in the flowers unless I'm closer. That is my big scare. I'm not close enough. Yeah, like, see, like, all this is not being loaded properly. Oh. Come on, it's raining! That means more sunflowers, right? Yeah, there's... It's literally just me, like, trying to find a needle in a haystack, searching through this. And there's... This makes me wish I was keeping track of them when we were originally doing the Let's Play. Like, I would just mark it down. I wanted to enjoy the gameplay, and now it's biting me in the ass. Yeah, nothing here. Nothing here? Maybe from the forge there might be some? Yep, nothing here. Ugh. Ooh. Yeah, nothing here either. Maybe it really is just on Scadu Altus. I could have swore there was some on Gravesite Plains, but, you know, I've misremembered things before with my memory. Oh god. Oh no, don't tell me there might be some lower sections. Oh. Yeah, nothing here either. This one we should probably go back to midday lighting just so we can have a better look. In case that way I don't like miss it accidentally. Oh god, I hate this. Ah, this stream is just gonna be suffering having to find these things. Oh gosh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Okay, there's 100% not any at the Fort of Reprimand, right? Like I'd have to be absolutely. I feel like I would remember if there were any at the Fort of Reprimand, but. Just to be doubly sure. Yep, those don't look like sunflowers. Yep, no sunflowers. Okay, good. I can tell if that's the normal grass or the brighter, like, Scadu Altus yellow grass here. Oh well. We don't care. this is... I think this is the place we were just at, right? Or not? Okay, yeah, this is above... Okay. Normal? Okay, it is the normal. Good to know. Oh, nothing here. Okay. There's none in Abyssal Woods, for sure. I'm pretty sure there's none in Cerulean Coast or at Karo's Hidden Grave. Then the question would be... Are there any that are just, like, in the middle of nowhere here? Oh! Alright, here we go. Only two? Lol, and the others are, like, over here or something, right? So... TBH, only two seems a little bit odd, but I don't remember if these don't respawn either, and I've looted them before. Oh, I've looted them before. Alright. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe I should get the Oblivion remaster just so I have something else to mindlessly go through. At least with a Bethesda game, I can turn my brain off, right? Oh, yeah. Alright. This'll have to do. Alright, that'll do. Alright. Alright. Alright, okay. Oh! There we go. Oblivion is sick. I like it much more than Skyrim. It is a better game than Skyrim, that's for sure. I would 100% agree with that. It's still a terribly flawed game, but it is definitely better than Skyrim. I definitely feel like I got more value out of my hundreds of hours in Oblivion than I did in my hundreds of hours in Skyrim. And yet both, neither am I ever getting back. There's also Inscription. Inscription is another good one, but that's not really a mindless game. You know, it's not schlop. It's actually, you know, good quality and creative and well put together. There's a lot of things I would describe Inscription, and it wouldn't be in the same category as a Bethesda title. Ah! Ah! Is there a reason we're having... Is there a reason we're having these little problems? There we go. Hello? It'd be weird if we had a memory leak here. Alright, so we have both examples I found so far are Scadu Altus. I have to believe that it's not just those two locations. The thing is, I feel like I remember if I saw any on Rao. Maybe Rao Base? Maybe Gravesite Plains if I go to the lower regions, but oh god, that's gonna be even more painful to navigate. I don't know. Might have to skip the screenshots and maybe just start up. Yep. Use what I've got and then try to look into confirm if there do exist flowers elsewhere. Maybe this northern section, because I haven't looked at that closely. I stopped at like the camp, so maybe there's some around here somewhere I'm not remembering. But if not, I'm not gonna keep looking. I'm gonna drive myself crazy if I try to actually look at every corner. Let's see. Nope. Not over here. Yeah, that more or less covers this. Hey, I guess we could check under the bridge. Oh, gosh. Alright, so what else could I possibly grab besides these that I'm looking at right now? Yeah, probably just Shadow Tree Avatar stuff, because everything else looks more or less good. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, we've already checked. There's nothing over here. Okay, okay. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do then, because I have no idea where these things are, and I don't want to have to check literally everywhere. So, I guess I am just gonna have to try to see if I can find any guides or something of people who've covered all this stuff, and then we can some other day. Yeah, we have mushrooms. We have so many of those goddamn mushrooms. But not this. So then let's see, we should go for shots of the Shadow Tree Avatar, if possible. And outside of that, we have the fragments. Like I said, I'm gonna have to rewrite that. We have to talk about the stuff at the base too. Oh. I'm not seeing anything here, though. Yeah, nothing that we're missing. We have the trees and stuff. We talk about... Yeah, I also got shots of the cover and stuff. Okay, good. Fair enough. I've got all the shots of the shadow tree stuff, so all we need now is to focus on the avatar. Okay, let's go here. Switch over. Does Nardi have a DLC doc yet? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think Nardi... I think Nardi's been so busy with her own thing these past few months, I don't think she's been able to do any of that. Which I think is fair. She's already done so much work for us for the Lands Between, and it's so useful whenever I reference those, you know? You know that America actually is mushroom... no? I mean, I thought America was like some Slavic variation of Mary or something. To be real, for a sec. But from my understanding, that's not how Slavic names work, so... I don't know. Yeah, we haven't gone down there yet. But... We'd have to lower all the water here. So the question basically is, am I happy with the water stuff that I've already gotten? There we go. I'm fluent Russian, so no, yeah. I figured. See, I'm not sure. I mean, I assume it's still like a Mary derivative, but I'm not sure like why they went with America specifically, or if Martin just thought that sounded sufficiently foreign and, you know, fantasy, maybe. I don't know. Who am I to know the mind of a genius writer, you know? Yeah, something like that. I heard it's Greek, but I'm no etymologist. Greek could work, considering, you know, K's and stuff, I suppose. But yeah, I wouldn't know the details on that either, so... Who knows? I'm gonna hate it if this doesn't work, but we're gonna try. It's okay. Could be worse. There we are. Yeah, I can't read the Greek alphabet or anything like that, so I would have absolutely zero idea, you know, how, like, you know, how real a name like America could be, or how viable it is in Greek, you know? Like Electo and the other named ones. Yeah, maybe that was the idea. They wanted to go something Greek-like to go with that for them, too. I don't know, maybe. It's like I said, Maria, it's Marika. Anything else I'd want to get? Not really. Yeah. We'd want to start climbing first before we do that. Woo! Doing this at ×5 speed like an idiot. Woo! I wasn't gonna make that one. That would have been embarrassing. Let's turn it off, yeah. Let's try to do this legit. Woo! There we go. And just to confirm, I'm not tripping here. No, I don't think they even allow you to actually walk here. Huh. Well, that's kind of mean. That's kind of mean. Pretty sure I've shots like this before, but just so no one will ever argue about it, you know? And you have to wonder how much the devs expect you to look at, like, the underwater stuff and see how it's, you know, basically set up exactly how they want it. Like, is this supposed to be realistic to how they actually would float? Did they just say, hey, no one's gonna see it anyway, we don't care? Admittedly, I can't even see an item down there, but the fact that... I mean, let's be honest, corpses don't do this. Like, let's be real here. Would this count as a piece of the shadow tree? It's kind of twisted like it, but... Well, it's got the thorn thing, so... Honestly, it might be a piece of the shadow tree they took and planted, if I'm being real. Yeah, that sounds more like... Yeah, that sounds more like what... This is more like something that Mesmer's folks would do. Tree doesn't want us to touch it, we're gonna touch it. Alright. Also, remember that these masked fire knights fade, like they are illusions? The fire knights fade, you mean? Like, do they fade, like, in a special way, or like typical enemies who fade away? If I kill this guy, will he respawn? Just to be sure, so I can see it. I like to think of it as a minor shadow tree because of the two... Oh, yeah, the true tree spirits. That's true. That's true. As etymology goes, I more linger on assuming that the word Marika is from Old Persian Marika, which is maybe from the Sanskrit Maria, young man, lover. Therefore, Marika is right again. That could be funny if so. They ragdoll and a couple seconds fade away without a sound, but he'll respawn. Okay, then we kill him. He does, in fact, just fade away like that. Now, I guess the question is that because of loading things or because something more important's going on? Because he does give us runes and stuff still, right? But so does Margit when we slay him, right? Well, details, you know? Ah, yes, I love my Statue of America. That's hidden behind a wall for the most part, and can be viewed from the second floor for some reason. For some reason, this is a thing. Someone thought this was a good idea. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Let's move on. So, oh no, the thing is here, it just for some reason doesn't load. Okay. For some reason, they don't have it load from up here. Maybe so they can keep you from glitching your way over. You kill Wigo and see if he does the same thing. He won't respawn though. Yeah, that's the problem. It's the respawn part. I'd rather watch another person's playthrough and see if they have the same thing happen to them. You know? Alright, I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work, right? Because the lift is covered in... Wait, actually... Wait, actually... No, this is the one that takes you up, not down. For some reason, I thought that was going to take me down to the Shadow Tree base now. Damn. Well, they don't have to affect the parish. That's good for me. Ah! Phew! Almost died. In that case, how the hell do you get to the Shadow base from here? Am I crazy? Yeah, you need to go into the church's base. Oh, yeah, you're right. So I do need... Okay, frick. Frick. I don't necessarily want to open... Okay, we gotta do this again, then. Alright. Okay, yeah, we actually have to do all this. Ugh. That's gonna suck. Fine. Hello? One asshole barbarian man coming through. Unsophisticated troglodyte. At your service. Woo! Alright. Ha! It's here! I wonder why I deloaded then. Was it because I was on this, maybe? Okay, yeah, that's why it happened. Okay, yeah. Because I was technically out of sight. Okay. Good to know. Might be a better shot if I... I still can't see it, so there's no guarantee it'll work. Ugh, okay. Alright. Very well. I don't want to do it, but I guess we gotta. Not you. never change. Looks about the same. Get out of here. Alright, good enough. Oh, good. It's time. Ah! Woo! Of course! I'm an idiot! Well, you now know it's a Loki stream. Damn. This is why we gotta get rid of the damn water. I wonder if it'd be faster if I go the other way. Oh no, I think this is still the route to take, right? Yeah, because don't these... Correct me if I'm wrong, don't these bodies fade in as well? Right? Like, they're just on the floor. They do the get-up animation? Yeah, but they kind of just fade in. They don't really dig themselves out of the, I guess in this case, solid stone. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I know. Your streamer is an idiot. I mean, come on. I'm running around naked with a bunch of clubs. You can't expect IQ from me. I'm as simple as they come. Woo! No. Speaking of being simple, let's actually do the simple jumps. God, I miss ×5 speed, but this stuff requires so much precision if we fail. Oh no. Oh no! Not making that mistake. I'm gonna... Alright, in case this affects the cutscene, we're gonna take off the ×5 speed. Alright, so the lighting's on this direction now. But your sorcerer does the same thing. Shh! He does that for research. It's very important that he understands the laws of gravity, you know? It's okay, Locust, we love you no matter what! Thanks, Pope Trash Panda. I appreciate it. Alright. I'll be honest, I think the choice of lighting wasn't that bad for this. He also free came in the cutscenes. So yep. I should also mention how we sometimes get black leaves too, huh? The fact that I know I can do this now makes me feel like I have infinite power. Alright, now back to times 5 speed. We have the technology. Woo! Woo! You're kidding me. There's somber goldsmithing stone in the Shadow Keep? My Shadow Keep? More likely than you think. Well, pickled turtleneck. I'll be honest, I think that thing's more than pickled after being underwater for so long, you know? You know? I feel like pickled is the poor choice of words. I just want to know for the purpose of the cutscene, like, where is this in relation to... Okay, so it's like, it's right under it. So theoretically, there's some sort of like drain or something somewhere where all that water gets drained out and then, you know, filtered through those sluice gates or whatever, right? Ghost Glove. I think Shadow Tree Base has both. Good to know. Yeah, this guy literally comes from right there, so... Kukri. I don't know how I feel about Kukri whenever I find them. They're kind of like the fan things where I'm like, I guess those could be here? But they feel kind of generic, you know? 5 is... Uh-huh, okay. Holy fire, the tree spirits also uses black leaves? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's move on. My man is floating! My man be floating! Alright, I guess we'll have to come back to you later. Oh. Yeah, okay, I was like, this is like a cookbook or something, right? Oh god, now I remember. I want to get shots of you with the doors shut. He's cooler than you. Yeah, he can float. I just fall. Red? Flooded? Could that be the sealer's space? Oh, it's New Londo! Oh my god. Iman's right. We're just going through New Londo. So, all over again. Alright. I think it's enough shots I got there. Alright. Open sesame. Again, it impresses me. Oh no, there is a lever. Okay, like, I was about to be like, there's no lever? I'm so shocked, but no, there is. It's easily tucked in the corner there. This is a good example to get of the rocks, right? The new Londo, yeah. There we go. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's do this annoying thing and then we're done. Iris of Grace! They're so close to doing something really cool here, you know? They were so close. Like, maybe it's still intended to be that, but, like, come on. You could have aligned this a little more to make this work. Like, this just makes me sad. Because, like, they almost had something, you know? America's ruin, America's ruin, America's ruin. Ugh. Getting tired as well, chat. I like how even the gold flowing here, right, through the shadow stuff, it's taking the form to vaguely resemble thorn vines and stuff, right? It's very deliberately invoking that. It's funny to think that the Shadow Tree avatar is the only avatar with a head and eyes. Hey, you gotta stand out from your golden counterpart somehow. You gotta take up that bit of the market share. I'm only seeing the black leaves here. Alright. You have to enter the arena? Yeah, I know. I gotta enter the arena to actually do that, but I want to do all this from, like, you know, as much as I can from outside without triggering the boss, you know? You know... Oh, so that's where the others are. Thanks for making my job easier, bud. They're I think both models are overlapping, aren't they? It's not supposed to have two heads like that, right? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, that sucks. Damn. Damn. Oh, for the gold leaves? As in I have to get... Okay, yeah. Alright, then. If I have to do that, we'll do that then after. Alright. Do you think it's gonna work here? Also, fun fact, the avatar has 4 arms. Cool, fun fact. Facts are fun. Alright. Huh. Kind of curious where Shadow Base is classified. Is it classified under Shadow View or under Shadow Keep still? What a cool boss in arena music. Yeah, you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think this boss is probably my favorite in the entire DLC. It's just so creative, you know? Ah, there's the gold. Okay. Game? Yeah, okay, we haven't hit gold. Oh, we haven't hit, fog wall yet. Yeah, I just wanna, I wanna be extra safe for sure. I'm probably not going to mention these thorns and stuff, because this feels like this would be, mention it during the whole America shattering thing, as well as all the details about why the avatar pops up and stuff like that, right? Like, that's kind of what this feels to me. And the redo of the Avatar song to be sad and majestic. Yeah, I think I just like everything about this boss fight, I think. Like, there's not a single negative thing I have to say about it. It's like the boss isn't a damage sponge. Its attacks are pretty fair. You know, like I said, creative, like, you know, just design and stuff on how it's, like, formed and things. I love the arena. The aesthetic is immaculate. Music is great. The mechanics, again actually feel like, you know, they're satisfying, right? Like being able to be like, okay, if I land that extra hit, the next boss is gonna like be missing like a quarter of its bar or whatever. Like, that's just super cool. All right, I think I've got all the shots I can get with this thing. Without doing something like this, you know? I think this is as fair as I'm gonna get. You know, fair is fair, as they say. Let's see. Also, make sure to get the third phase where it does the explosive attack and makes self-destruct tree. Yeah, I've mentioned that in the doc, so I want to get that as well. Let's see. Excuse my ignorance if I'm misinterpreting something, but in your video with Acer on the process of fire linking DS, you allude to a sense of finality regarding the Age of Dark. With respect to you as the FromSoft lore authority, where does this leave the Firekeeper's quote that one day tiny flames will dance across the darkness like embers leaped by Lord's Fest? Again, this is... I don't remember if I've talked about that in Acer's podcast, but I've talked about this in before, Nick, that the entire point of the Firekeeper's line is to talk about how we're not actually getting the Age of Dark, like not a true Age of Dark, right? That it isn't just, there isn't just the Lords of Cinder that were linked to the fire the past like 100 years. There have been other Lords of Cinder from before that, and they too have been separated from the Soul of Cinder and kept in essentially emergency reserve. So presumably the idea is that with the first flame being made to fade, they also are going to wake up, they're going to go fuck off doing whatever, and the fire is still going to survive in those embered fragments. So, basically, it's kind of like the situation with the Chaos Demons, where there's still fragments of the Chaos Flame around, and theoretically, there is the possibility that the Flame of Chaos could be resurrected, right? If you, like, gather enough of that power and were able to do some hoobly-wah or whatever, right? So, basically, it's not what Koth wants, which is why the Sable Church opts to do the Lord of Hollows type thing, where, okay, we're not going to actually snuff out the flame, we're just going to make it as weak as possible, bring it under our control, so that way we're able to kind of minimize the damage it's causing, while we then deal with this remaining fire problem, right? Because that's the big issue, is when you get rid of the first flame, well, okay, now you have lost all of your leverage over all those individual little first flame pieces, which are now scattered about with the lords. And that's the point being made, is that the Firekeeper foresees how, you know, for the moment, you're going to get that darkness, but, you know, very soon those embers are going to pop up, right? And they're those embers of lords past, and they're going to be around, right? And they're going to be adding some light to this dark or whatever, right? And that's why the Age of Dark ending isn't considered sort of like, you know, I guess what the community would like to call is like the true ending or something, right? Though there's no real true ending in Souls. But right, if you want to go for like, you know, the goodest ending, right, theoretically that would be the Lord of Hollows. If you were going for the, you know, whole Age of Dark thing in the long term. Anyway, I hope that answers that. Yeah, I think we've gotten all the shots that I could want for this guy. Alright. Let's do it. Oh. Let's see. Uh-oh, what's the dog doing? 1 second. Sorry about that, dog was doing his thing. Knocking over crap. Alright. Especially, I love this music. I'm gonna turn it down a little. Absolutely, thank you so much. No problem, yeah. Actually, you know what? I can turn it up. It was just my volume was a little high. Let you guys get to enjoy it. So let's try to slow things down now. Let's do the typical, like, 0.35-ish. Hello? That's not bad. There. Ow! Alright. There. And you can see this, right? The avatar does the exact same thing. It's got this very obviously splintered, broken open area where the gold is seen. But yeah, don't worry, guys, it's because it's being squeezed. Also, you're welcome, Nick, so I don't recall if I said that or not. Thank you. Kind of being distracted by this boss fight, you know? We've been streaming for a little bit. I'm kind of... Honestly, I might need to go get some water, because, you know, I don't think I have enough water yet. Alright, we'll try to last, though. I'll try not to die of dehydration in the meantime. There we go. I think that's all the notable details I want to know. Look how pretty his eyes are. They look like constellations. You know, I've never made a constellation connection, but... Yeah, I don't really see it, but still, it does look cool. It's got that alien look. I don't know, there's just something about the sunflower face that looks very alien. Okay, that's enough there. I don't think there's anything that Phase 1 will get me that I don't want to get from Phase 3. Right. I'm pretty sure it's just the same attacks, but with more added to it. Also, the damage. I did not realize this thing does so much freaking damage. This reminds me of one unnecessary lore connection. Yeah, I was just making the observation. I was like, does it look like that to me? And it doesn't really, but you know what? It's cool. It doesn't matter. It looks pretty. Alright, now we gotta wait for the second one. They'll show up eventually. They'll show up eventually. Oh. Whoa! Whoopsie! Last one's still here. Last one's still waiting for wings. Alright, so physically, this one's basically the same. It doesn't look that much different, yeah. Its head is ×2, and it's insanely weak to fire. That explains it. Sir? 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 Well, it's made of wood, chat. I think we can confirm that from the way we're hitting it all this time. Or thinking my game was bugged after the second death. God, imagine if the boss fight in these games was bugged. Oh, that would suck. Okay. Well, it's fine. We don't care if it dies the next one either way, so. We're gonna do always stealth. Yeah, we're fine otherwise, so yeah, let's do this. He's just on his troll. Yeah, he's on his troll, all right. Oh! Okay, sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but, you know, the memes. Get out of here! Yeah, we don't care about health bars and stuff now, so let's make this fun. Alright. Let's get ourselves in the center. I want to have a really good spot with this thing, if I can. Because I think it's like the first attack it does is the other one, right? Oh. Ow. Alright, come on, do it. Do it. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention! I was like, I'm forgetting something when I was writing the thing on the cut wound. I'm like, oh, that's of course that the Shadow Tree avatar, when it takes the form, of course, it does the explosion thing, with its holiness from the quote-unquote cut wounds, right? Like, that makes, you know, that just intuitively makes sense. Don't you love it when the music gets quieter and softer, not louder and more obnoxious? It doesn't try to decide that everything needs to be a goddamn booming Gregorian chant. It can be a very soft-spoken Gregorian chant instead. Truly, variety. Oh. I like both, yes, but you need to have variety. You need to mix and match. It can't just be 95-5, you know? Oh yes, I remember Metro's music. I remember the boss. I remember the only thing I didn't like about the boss was how big the arena was. Oh, damn, too early. Oh! I think most of what we want to get now is first phase, because phase 3, it just is like the superpowered version of that, right? So I think we can get away with just... I think we can get away with what we were doing before. Yeah, like everyone loves their Ludwigs, you know, they love their Godskin apostles and stuff. But the problem with the themes is that the themes have to now do extra work to stand out from each other because they all just sound like the same thing. And that's why I like to call it the Bloodborneification of the From Software titles, right? It's just they took that lesson from Bloodborne of, oh, people love, like, Gregorian sounding chants and, big, loud, booming orchestral things. It's like, yeah, but, like, it fit really well with, like, the gothic, gothic horror mixed with Lovecraftian themes of BB, right? Right? And even it had some... Ah! Oh. I should have turned off Dice 5C before I ran out. Whoops! Right, but you just gotta have... You gotta still have that, like, variety going for it otherwise, right? And make it really fit. It feels like From Software keeps going in with the philosophy of, okay, we're gonna have really loud, epic boss themes, quote-unquote, right? And then they try to work backwards from there. And it's like, I feel like there's so many boss themes that would work so better if you didn't do that. If it was more than just the Shadow Tree Avatar or the Ancestral Spirit King or something, you know? Especially when you look at, like, say, something like Dark Souls or Demon Souls, which, again, they had some really good variety within having that, unique, like, fantasy, especially, like, medieval fantasy, like, theme they were going for a lot of the time. I think Miyazaki just, like, I think after Bloodborne, he became really attached to it. Looking at his older work with the stuff he's done with music people, it's very obvious that it's not something that he was, like, asking them they had to do, right? God dang, I forgot to turn this off 1 minute. Always stealth off. There we go. Okay. Alright. Oh, I hope this is it, chat. I hope this will be done. And then I can be done with this Shadow Tree stuff, which is going to be the hardest thing, and then I can just really quick write the Erd Tree Burial crap, and then we're done with this goddamn thing. Needs to go full-on funk soundtrack with jazz fusion mixed in. If they go for something more sci-fi, I could see that. Or just something that's maybe a bit more, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to do something like that, you have to mix in with modern, otherwise it might sound out of place, right? Like, you have to do something stylistically that's going to make that music not feel jarring, right? I don't know. Alright, fun. Do something. I forget, what's this? Ah! I hate that I hate that sound file so much. It feels like they mixed up which one was the falling sound file and which one was the normal get hit file. I've never liked that about this voice. Oh! know what? Good enough. It's hiding enough of the fog. It's not gonna be distracting, I don't think. Hey, Miss Shu, welcome to the chat. You were joking? No, but I would take it I would take it seriously if From Software did something like that. It just you have to make it work, right? Like the music needs to complement the game, right? How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty okay, considering I'm doing something I don't like, which is trying to get all these goddamn shots of sunflowers. Can't remember if you can do the Shadowland move in the first phase, or maybe just get stronger. Yeah, I don't remember either, which is... It might be I need to do... It might be we need to do a second phase run. I was hoping we could do all first phase once we got the third phase stuff, but it might be in second phase the power-up stuff is going to have the important thing. Yeah. In that case, it's fine. It could be a worse situation for us if we're going for, if the situation could be worse for us. Imagine Lanes Between is just a computer simulation. We're not gonna be turning Elden Ring into Armored Core. Frick. Our mechs would literally fly through the Lands Between in, like, 15 seconds, probably less. Like, everything is so tiny when it's compared to the scale of Armored Core. It is absolutely redonkulous. Alright, let's see. Woo! 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 Okay. Woo! Frick! It had to be there! What did it? Also, all the stuff it was generating didn't generate. Lol. That's what happens when you do it in the middle of a wall, you dumbass! Get over here, dumbass! Woo! I was too busy looking at chat, so whoopsie. My bad. Also, funny thing, this in Golden Land, they technically, the reason why they're named after land is because, well, these are technically pebbles. Like glintstone pebbles. They're just golden pebbles. And this one's specifically a shadow with the gold, but, like, you know, it's just kind of funny, you know? Technically, these are pebbles that they're shooting at us. God. Gosh. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy to have, like, an Armored Core crossover in one of, like, the more conventional medieval. Like, that's gonna be the next Armored Core. It looks like it's a normal medieval fantasy style, but turns out it's some weird, like, time dimension shenanigans, and all the mechs are coming in, and they're fighting, like, you know, against these, like, medieval people who got access to the mech technology, so now all, like, crazy medieval, like, I don't know, like, crusaders or something have the mech, like... No, come on, but Miyazaki's gonna come up with something nuts like that one day. You just know it. Alright. Ah! Alright, do it again. Damn, this wasn't him. Ah, won't someone rid me of this meddlesome thorn? This meddlesome briar. Ah. Describing Warhammer, you know, honestly, Miyazaki sounds like the guy who'd probably be interested in Warhammer and want to make his own. So just give him time. He'll figure out a way. That's good. Get a little higher. Do it again. Absolute cinema. Like, holy crap. No, I think it looks fine just like this. Nick, I've seen a lot of messages retracted. I don't know if you're struggling to do something because YouTube's being weird as it always is, but like, try not to spam. Alright, guys. I think we're getting close to wrapping things up too with these shots. I'm so happy with them. You have no idea. It's the fact that this is going relatively smoothly is helping make me feel like I'm not going completely insane, you know? I'm scared of the direction of future FromSoft games. I am cautiously optimistic. I like that FromSoft's experimenting. I'm just concerned that they're experimenting on the wrong things, right? Like, this is going to be like a waste of time. But we'll see. Night Rain's coming out. It clearly was, in part, greenlit to be the prototype for Duskblood and something like that, right? Like, they're going to try to probably learn what they can from Duskblood to help them fine-tune... from Night Rain, so they can fine-tune Duskblood. And then, I don't know, I guess we'll just see. Could end up being really good, or it could be Miyazaki and co. like trying to, you know, polish something that's kind of like, you know, it's run its course. Everyone's had their take on it. They're gonna have like, you know, mixed results, and then it's gonna be like, okay. I feel like if possible, I would like From Software to kind of slow down and maybe try something different. Maybe focus more on Armored Core or whatever, right? Because they've already, like, you know, they're already milking Elden Ring, right, for what it's worth. If they're gonna do that, I don't feel like they need to feel, like, so attached to making sure that their next project is, like, you know, the next Elden Ring, right? But honestly, speaking purely as a fan of their games and not really caring too much about, you know, who makes the games as much, as long as, like, the games are good, I just would love to see a really good, like, I'd love to see an open world Bloodborne 2. I'd love to see a Demon Souls 2. I'd love to see, you know, something with Elden Ring, you know, something that would expand you know, maybe some single-player projects that are, like, side games or something, you know, even in, like, Dark Souls or something I'd be okay with. Just, you know, stuff that would expand on the world and characters, but doesn't have us focus so much on the same boring, you have to go and become a king, kill these people, you know, like, at some point, you know, at some point we just kind of have to accept that we've mined that to the last little morsel of gold it's got, and now all that's left is coal. Alright. Alright, I think we're done here. Ow! Ow! Oh, okay, there we go. Actually, AC6 was not a success story, rather the opposite. What do you mean by that, man? They have multiple projects being made? Yeah, again, we'll see. At least one of them's got to be a hit, right? I just want to see the purest form of Miyazaki's vision. I don't think that exists. That's the thing. Here's the thing. Every creative is going to be limited, right? Whether it's budget, whether it's wisdom, knowledge, you know, so there's always going to be limitations, right? And that's what makes art, is what you create within those limitations. So, like, I feel like if you gave Miyazaki everything he could ever wanted to make whatever he wanted, it would probably turn out as shit. Because there isn't any skin in the game. He's just going to be able to make whatever the hell he wants unrestricted. And then it's not going to have anything where being like, okay, we have these considerations to look at, doing this, doing that, doing what. And it could end up just being really unenjoyable. Did really well. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's one of the most successful Armored Core titles to date, if not the most. I think that says, I think that definitely accounts for something. Anyway, so, if no one else has any idea where those goddamn shadow sunflowers are around this open world, I think we're gonna just call it here. Yeah, we might just have to call it here. Yeah, I do feel like Miyazaki, he says that he's gotten pretty damn close with Elden Ring to having, like, his quote-unquote, like, ideal game or something like that, right? I feel like, again, with how much time and labor went into Elden Ring, I think the man needs a break so he can kind of, like, stew, experiment on a few other things, and just, you know, cook a little bit before he comes out and says, you know what, I'm going to try my next big attempt to get even closer to, like, my, you know, vision in my head, right? And I feel like, again, I think taking that methodical way is going to just do him a lot better. Plus, it's going to make it so that way he's not, like, completely indisposed for, like, years on end, working on, like, nothing else. He's able to at least be, like, you know, the progenitor, you know, the brainchild for a lot of, like, you know, fun or creative ideas, but these are ideas that don't necessarily need him to be, you know, handling them, so then he can go to other people and let them, you know, worry about, like, maybe, like, specific details on the writing, or the direction, or the combat, or whatever, right? And he can then just kind of, like, you know, sit back, you know, and watch from the sidelines how they do, what seems to work with them, and then, you know, build himself a better team, so that way, when they come back for the big Elden Ring, quote-unquote, you know, the Elden Ring 2 project, whatever that would be, right? I think then he'll have so much more to work with, you know? I have to think about what I'm going to do with tree spirits. I might add them to Erdtree's Beginning in the future, but for now, I think it's okay to leave them out, so. Alright, chat, it's been a long long feeling stream. I don't know if the stream's actually been that long, but it feels like it's been forever. Forever. It's been over 2 hours, so it's not been that crazy, but like, gosh, I would have loved to just have a 30 minutes, we're in, we're out, but that just wasn't going to happen with something like this. Alrighty. Yeah, if there's anything else that you guys notice with the update, I'm gonna be working on the images and stuff and making any like small revisions, like I said. But then that's gonna be up on the update on the website. So then feel free, you guys, if you guys notice anything or have any corrections or whatever, you know, on the Discord, you know where to drop the typo stuff and everything. So feel free to tell me. And if there's any missing data, you know where to drop that too, right? Alright. Gonna just leave it here now. Hopefully this will be good enough for my taste. Talk to y'all later, guys. Thank you so much for, I don't know, just kind of chilling with me for this and helping me not go completely mad. But until then, later.